All right, welcome to the pre-seminar lecture. We're going to review one of the most famous stories of the Talmud. It brings forth in this story here a very important moral lesson that I think is important for everybody to know. Okay? So I think the best way to approach this infamous Talmudic story is to start reading from it. So we can find this in Tractate Eruvin. That's the third tractate of the Talmud. The first tractate is Brachot, which talks about blessings. The second tractate of the Talmud talks about the Sabbath and its laws and the preparation for Sabbath. And the third tractate, Tractate Eruvin, talks about Sabbath boundaries. Okay, when you want to set up a Sabbath boundary. But that really has nothing to do with the story. But it's found in Tractate Eruvin, page 13b. So it's on the 13th page, on the B side of the page of the Talmud. Okay? And just to, the Talmud was redacted in around the year 500. Okay? Around 500 years after the destruction of the temple. But the story presented here is talking about a rabbi who was in the, I believe, the fourth generation of rabbis in the first and second century. Okay, but anyway, so Amar Rabbi Acha Bar Chanina Galui v'yadua lifnei mi she'amar v'aya olam she'ein b'duro shel Rabbi Meir k'muto. So Rabbi Acha, the son of Chanina, said, "It is obvious and it is well known before him who made the world come into being only by his saying, that there is none who is like Rabbi Meir." Okay? In his generation. So it's a statement that means Rabbi Meir was the valedictorian of his time. He knew his stuff. There was none like him. He was smart. There was none like him. Even God knows that he's the best rabbi of his generation. He was a student of Rabbi Akiva. So why was the decided law, the Halacha, not established in accordance to his position? So we have laws in Judaism, right? We have debates between rabbis. Okay, this rabbi says A, this rabbi says B. And the Halacha, the Jewish law, is decided on one of the opinions. You can't just take everyone's opinion. After debate and study, one of the opinions is chosen and all the Jewish people go according to one opinion. But we still mention the other opinions for, flexibility in the future if there needs to be a change or just to know the different sides of the coin. So Rabbi Meir had his opinions about law, his opinions about how Halacha should be. Halacha is the Hebrew word for Jewish law. Okay? But the Halacha is not in accordance to his opinion or position. And why? That seems strange. You would think that you would take the smartest sage of the generation, and he's the valedictorian of his time, and yet his decisions are made. Isn't that weird? So then the Talmud says, why is it that we don't accept Rabbi Meir's opinions? Because his colleagues couldn't even begin to fathom his mind. Okay. Now we're starting to learn more about Rabbi Meir. He was so deep and intellectual that when he would talk about Torah, his peers are like, "What are you talking about?" For he could show proofs on how the unclean is clean, and he could show proofs that the clean is unclean. So he would say, "Oh yeah? Yeah, snakes? Yeah, they're clean. Pig, they're clean. I'll prove it to you from the Torah that pigs are clean." The Torah says that pigs are unclean, right? But he could show you proofs to show you that pigs are actually kosher. But pigs are not kosher. Now that doesn't mean that Rabbi Meir actually thought that pigs were kosher. No, he knows they're not. But he had that uncanny ability to show you proofs that it's kosher. He had that strange ability. And because he was so weird like that, his colleagues couldn't even begin to fathom. He's like a savant. he's like an Einstein. He's talking about string theory and stuff and relativity, and they're like, what are you talking about? he's eccentric. He's a very eccentric rabbi. This is one of my favorite stories of the Talmud. Let's read the next part. One taught that Rabbi Meir was not his name. Rather, his name was Rabbi Nehorai. Okay, so what does the word Meir mean in Hebrew? Does anybody know? What's the root of Meir? Not ayin, it's with aleph. Mem, aleph, yud, resh.
What's the word up there? I'm sorry, I just got it.
Meir. Meir. Gate is sha'ar. Okay, Meir. Okay, so Meir, literally, yes?
Light.
Thank you, light. The root of his name is light. What is a Meir? A Meir is someone who sheds light. An illuminator. Meir. Remember we talked about in the last class, for those who were here, the third binyan was causative? This name is in the third binyan. He's causing light. He's causing illumination. Yes?
I thought it was with the noon instead of a mem.
No. I mean, present tense.
Nair. Near Khatamida. So forth.
Ner is a candle or a light or a lamp. Or is light. Meir is to cause light or to illuminate. What? This is the strangest name for this individual. Why? Why is this Why is that ironic?
Is this the guy who's arguing that the snake is clean?
Yeah. He can show.
There you go.
Yeah, his colleagues are confused by him. They can't fathom him, and yet his name is the Illuminator. How ironic, right?
That's funny.
Oh, yeah. So there's an episode. The Talmud goes on. Rabbi Meir was not his name. Rather, his name was Rabbi Nehorai. So his real name was Rabbi Nehorai, and his nickname was Rabbi Meir. Maybe it was just they were being sarcastic. You know that light rabbi. What does Nehorai mean in Aramaic? What is Nahor? Light. Light. Nehorai also is light in Aramaic. So, why was he called Rabbi Meir? Because he enlightened the eyes of the sages concerning the law, although he really didn't. And Rabbi Nehorai was not his name. Rather, his name was Rabbi Nehemiah. So the Talmud's saying, okay, so there's this rabbi, his real name is Nehemiah, but in Aramaic, people call him Rabbi Nehorai. But in Hebrew, they call him Rabbi Meir, but his real name was Nehemiah. There are those who say that he was Rabbi Elazar, the son of Arach. And why is he called Nehorai? Because he enlightened the eyes of the sages concerning the law. All right, so we have this strange character, Rabbi Meir. He can prove that clean things are unclean and unclean things are clean in Halacha, in Torah. Yet, his peers can't fathom anything he does. But his name is Rabbi Meir because he enlightens the sages. I like this character so much that when I convert to Judaism, when I finish my conversion, when I get snipped and dipped, I'm going to probably pick Nehorai as my Hebrew name. Why not Meir? Because there's like 20 Meirs who go to my synagogue. So I don't want to be another Meir in the synagogue. So I like Rabbi Nehorai. Okay, Rabbi Yehuda declared, I am sharper than all my colleagues because I had a glimpse of Rabbi Meir's back. If I only would have seen him from the front, I would have been even sharper. For it says in Isaiah chapter 30, verse 20, and your eyes will see your teacher. Very mystical. He like Rabbi Nehorai or Rabbi Meir's walking, and he saw his back, and suddenly I'm getting straight A's in the yeshiva, in the Beit Midrash. I'm sharper because all I did was saw Rabbi Meir's back. And if I would have seen his face, oh man, I'd be the salutatorian because he's the valedictorian. So Rabbi Yehuda is the one who put together the Mishnah. He's a 5th generation Tanai, 5th generation rabbi from the 1st and 2nd century. And Rabbi Meir was 1 generation above him. So Rabbi Meir probably was one of Rabbi Yehuda's teachers. Okay? So should I leave it mystical, or should I give the actual meaning of this 3rd paragraph?
It's your class.
Okay.
Just use parental discretion.
So, all right. So it seems weird, right? He saw his back. He's smarter. Yeah, right. Give me a break. That's not rational, right? So what happened is in the Beit Midrash there were rows, and at the very front, the head rabbis faced the audience. So what he's saying is he was in a back row, and like the smarter students are at the front rows, and the less smarter students are in the back rows.
Right.
Okay, and as you get forward, I think there's like 70 seats or something, 7 rows. The smarter you get, the more polished you get in your halacha, the further you go up in the rows. And that's how it's kind of like in band and orchestra. Mm-hmm. They put the best clarinet player in the first seat, and the second best in the second seat, and so on and so on.
And on the front row, it even goes down from chair to chair till you get to the top student, which will be the replacement for the Rebbe, if there is not a replacement already set up, right?
Sure. And then the head rabbi sits at the front. So all he's saying is that I was in a row behind Rabbi Meir. That means I wasn't as sharp as him. So that's the rational explanation of it. And he's saying if he was in front of Rabbi Meir, he would see his face. He'd be smarter than Rabbi Meir, but he wasn't. Okay. Any questions? Pretty weird story, right? Rabbi Abahu said that Rabbi Yochanan said, there was a student of Rabbi Meir, and Samachus was his name. He would bring forth 48 proofs to show that what is unclean, and 48 proofs to show what is clean is clean. So he's the opposite of his teacher. He'll actually give you 48 proofs to show you that this thing is unclean, and 48 proofs to show that this thing is unclean. All right. So let's continue on. One taught there was a senior colleague that was in Yavne that could declare a creepy crawly insect clean with 150 proofs. Okay? What does it mean? Creepy crawly insects, are they clean? No. There's like a list of 7 of them in Leviticus chapter 11. I won't get into it. That if they crawl on you, it makes you unclean. Question from the back.
What about grasshoppers?
Grasshoppers, no. Grasshoppers are clean, and you can eat them even if you want. So that's actually the next meal. We're having chocolate-covered grasshoppers. Y'all ready?
I'm going to get some.
Lucas covered.
He brought the ranch flavor.
The big green one.
We'll have buffalo grasshoppers.
Yeah, the
We'll
grasshopper dogs with the 6-inch grasshoppers.
Yeah.
Oi. All right. Anyways,
Never tried it, don't intend to.
so like against the intuition, a snake, its corpse is not considered unclean. So if you find a dead snake in a forest and touch it, you will not become unclean. But any other creepy crawly insect, one of the 7 listed in Leviticus, that will make you unclean. All right, so there's this senior colleague. We don't say who he is, but okay. The common denominator between all these threads is that there were these students that were crazy, and they could prove that things were clean to make them unclean, and unclean things to be clean. All right. Ravina said, similarly, I will make a responsa and also show how to make such a thing clean. For a snake, it kills and causes much uncleanliness. Nonetheless, it is ritually clean. Okay? A creepy crawly insect doesn't kill and cause much uncleanliness. Wouldn't it be ritually clean too? This cannot be, for it is similar to a thorn. I don't want to get into it. It's very complicated. But this is one of the 49 or 150 proofs that show that creepy crawly insects are actually clean. Once again, there's no serious rabbi who actually thinks that. They're just looking at the other side of the coin. All right. Now we're going to move on to the main attraction of the story.